Marion Frieswck, while the World War II was raging on in Europe and the Pacific, the United States was frantically putting together an intelligence gathering service. Today we know that outfit as the CIA, but back then it was called the Office of Strategic Services. It wasn't nearly as powerful as what we know today, either. The organization had about 13,000 employees during the war. About a third of them were women. Many worked as spies, forgers, and translators. There were some notable women in this small group. Famed cooking queen Julia Child helped develop a shark repellent for the OSS during the war. But even the culinary superstar couldn't compare to the organization's first female intelligence cartographer. Her name was Marion Frieswck, and she had a natural gift of making maps. She had been planning to be a school teacher in New York when the war broke out. Marion knew she had a knack for numbers, as she later put it, and she felt that she could pull together and help her country while the men were out there fighting. So she joined the OSS. As part of her duties, Frieswck developed 3D topographic maps of European sites based on a spy and a scout's information. This was decades before Google Earth, of course, and Marion was working in the blind. Having been given remarkably small tidbits of information, she made a map out of terrain patterns as best as she could. But she was really good at her job. She created a topographic map of Sicily that ended up being a dead-on match for the island itself. The Joint Chiefs of Staff used it as a plan in invasion. American troops on the ground found it reliable, and their surge succeeded. She may not have been able to establish anything on the battlefield, but her work was critical to winning World War II. Having found her calling in life, Frieswck stayed on with the CIA long after the war had ended.